fighting.
Would you do it?
I think about that a lot.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I would love to do it.
Because
but
you
I know
trained.
Yeah, I've trained a few. I mean,
Which disciplines?
jiu-jitsu.
And some
Muay
hands
Thai.
or no?
Muay Thai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, with a guy as like muscular as you, I would say there's no way you can strike. And then I saw you dunk.
Yeah.
And I was like,
strike.
this guy might be fucking. This guy might be able to box a little bit.
It's the thing that the biggest, my biggest
You know what I'm
issue,
talking about? Like
for sure.
sometimes you see the big guys try to strike, and,
Yeah,
you're
and
just
they're like throwing pillows.
yeah,
Yeah.
they can push because you guys are so used to push motion.
Yeah.
But snapping a punch is a way different.
Of course.
But you must have fast twitch if you can fucking dunk from the vert.
Yeah. So, but for me, is like, I know the thing that I lack the most, if I'm talking about fighting, like being like honestly, like genuinely honest about this.
Yeah.
I know that I would need to train specifically like cardiovascular.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to be like doing BJJ like every day. I'd have to be doing striking every day.
Maybe
like,
reduce mass a little bit too.
yeah,
like
I'd have to lose weight for
What
sure.
was that, BJJ?
Brazilian
Jiu-Jitsu?
Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're like, is there a new type?
You're like a new type of blowjob? He's like, wait, BJJ.
But yeah, because carrying 260, like those muscles need oxygen.
Yeah, you're fucked. There's like, unless like, you know, as I gain this weight, I was also doing all that stuff.
So your cardio would match.
Exactly. But I wasn't, right? So like my cardio would match like, you know, a bodybuilder who'd be like, I'm spending time doing this.
Yeah.
But if as I was gaining that weight, I was also striking and I was also doing BJJ. I was also doing all the fighting training, like sports.
Disciplines, yeah.
Disciplines, exactly. Then I'd be like, okay, as I went up in weight, you know, because I must have been eating crazy amounts of food to get to that and to maintain that. Then I would be like, okay, I'm more adapt for that. But I know that I haven't been, so it's like I haven't been doing enough of it. I've been doing more of the other. So I know I'd have to shift my training.
Now, you see these guys, you see obviously like Jake and Logan making crazy money.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, oh, wow, there is a space for celebrity fighting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you happen to have experience in the discipline. You're not learning it. I mean, like Jake and Logan learned how to box over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
You've been training jiu-jitsu longer or around the same time?
Not as consistent. Like I'd be more like you, the consistent inconsistency.
You're in it a little bit,
Yeah.
then you pull out in a little.
Yeah.
But I've even watched some videos, like you know some stuff, like you can
Yeah.
choke some people out.
For sure.
Okay, so there has to be part of you that's going like, should I enter this?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, would you want to?
I'd love to. I'd like to do the UFC thing. I'd like to I don't want to do the boxing thing. Like
Okay.
if I was going to fight, it wouldn't be boxing.
Because you have more experience in jiu-jitsu.
Well, yes, but I'd also like to use my whole body. Like if I was going to put my face and my like my reputation on the line,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like just relying on striking because I know that I'd like to ground and pound someone.
Yeah. Who do you want? What makes the biggest fight? Because you're somebody who understands the internet as well. Like, what is the headline that's like?
I mean, it's one of those guys. It's Jake or
It's
Logan. Jake or Logan.
Logan.
Jake is the number one right now because he's the number one guy in it.
If you fought Jake in MMA, you
Yeah.
think you handle that?
Yeah, for sure.
Easy.
Yeah, I beat the fuck out of him right now.
Really?
Yeah.
In MMA?
In MMA.
What
Boxing,
about-
no.
Because the kid can fight.
No.
dude. And I think a lot of people underestimated him.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree. I'm just saying, based on my weight,
Exactly. You get on top of him
Yeah.
and the experience in jiu-jitsu, and it's just like...
that's why I know if I'm striking, I'm gassing the fuck out. There's no way I'm going to be able to hang like that for long enough.
So you basically, you're going to try to take him down as quick as possible. Like, take me through that first round with you and Jake. Because I know you've thought about it. I know you've thought about it. Take me through the first round.
I mean, it'd be simple.
You're avoiding the right hand.
I would avoid it, and I'd take him down, and I hate to say this, but I would just tire him out for the first like few rounds.
Meaning like body weight,
pressure.
holding him down.
Pressure.
That fucking...
Constricting pressure.
Grappling cardio
just
is a
pressure,
different...
pressure.
Yeah.
And then get him tired, and then probably one of the rounds do the same thing, and then just ground and pound.
So not try to tap out.
No, probably not.
You don't think he'd give up that back, bro?
Maybe.
I think he might give up
I
that
don't.
back.
But I want to fucking.
you want to finish?
Yeah, I want to be like. I want blood.
Wow.
Yeah, I want blood.
Sounds like you're
Mine or
calling
his.
out.
I don't give a fuck. I want blood.
Really?
It's got to be blood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you worried at all about like fucking up your face? Like you're a good looking guy.
If I got to that point, no. Right? If I'm fighting him, no way.
But because there's so much money that you could fix it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like if you're talking about now, okay, if I got to go through the UFC, I got to fight a bunch of
Start at
guys
the-
to get
yeah,
there.
yeah.
No, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get like fucked up
Yeah,
over
yeah,
time.
yeah.
You know. But if it's all for that, I'm not worried about it.
Interesting. Okay, now what about Logan can wrestle a bit.
Yeah.
Would you be worried at all with a person with a wrestling background?
I tried to wrestle Logan.
What
We tried to
happened?
do that. It would never happen.
Did Logan?
I don't know. I mean, listen, at the same time, Logan is, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, oh, I'm on this. Like, Logan's fucking, maybe if he doesn't want to wrestle me, it's because like maybe he thinks he has more clout. He does. I'm not.
He has something to lose in that situation.
For sure. He's got more clout. I mean, not even going to fucking be a liar. Like, the guy got more fucking.
This is obvious. Yeah. This guy's one of the most famous people
so,
on the planet.
like, for him to take that and to lose that, there's more to lose, right?
But it would still be like a fun wrestling match between you guys.
For sure.
And also, you would argue that he's at a disadvantage for weight.
Yeah.
Like you're a big guy. You've experienced wrestling too, or just jiu-jitsu?
I mean, not specific wrestling, no.
So that's the thing about jiu-jitsu is like, jiu-jitsu starts when wrestling finishes.
Yeah. It's fucked.
Right? Like, he gets you where he thinks he wants you, and you're like, welcome.
On the back, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So that's where it might be a little bit unfair. Just a wrestling match might be towards him. But if it's a grappling match where there is...
Yeah, if we're just wrestling, I mean, I'm sure his technique's better because I know that he's done more wrestling.
Yeah.
And I know that he has more cardiovascular endurance than me. That's for sure.
Right.
He's a lighter guy. I know he's been doing... I don't know how much he's been doing, but...
Right. But then grappling cardio is different. I keep telling people, you see this in UFC all the time. You see guys like this happened to Dustin.
Yeah.
Like Dustin Poirier, his cardio is amazing. Any fight I've never seen Dustin get gas. Throwing to the end of the rounds when he's throwing.
Yeah.
But when he has to fight off the ground,
it's just different, man.
It's a different cardio.
Different. Have you done it?
Never. I mean, just like Rogan's tapped me out and that kind of stuff like that, just jokingly. But like, never like grappling. Never done any.
You should try. It is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's because it's obviously like the animal instinct of like fight or flight. So your adrenaline, your heart rate's higher. So then like oxygen usage is going way up. And this because like Brazilian jiu-jitsu is like it's all about being calm. And if you're not like
you're going to be breathing heavy, you're going to be
not skilled, you get into it, you're like fuck. And then at the same time, the person is doing stuff where you're like, I don't know, like where are they going? If you're unskilled with the actual techniques, you know that they're coming for something. And if you don't know how to defend it, you're getting scared
because your heart's racing. What is this setting up?
Yeah, and then at the same time, pressure, right? The pressure of like, imagine every time you breathe, you take a breath out, and then that person, like a good one will they're gonna get a little deeper, so you can breathe a little less each time.
They're trying to constrict your lungs.
Yeah. So imagine like they're like pressure. So like your recovery is going. So now everything you do is like you're heavier. You're not really throwing hard punches because they're like throwing fucking pillows. Because like you're an oxygen debt. So if you get on top of someone, you're constantly applying pressure. They're trying to get you off. They're trying to restrict. Even that motion, like you see with some of the UFC fighters where like once the guy gets on top, I think it's the Francis guy did this with the Sorogan.
Yeah.
Once he got on top, his guy's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And if he knew how to stay on top, that's all he needed to do. And then the guy's just like, he can't be the same striker.
Because he's so exhausted.
Exactly. Because trying to get someone off you or trying to avoid, just having someone on you who knows how to stay on top of you and then continue to apply pressure is like, for a round, the next round you get up, you're like, you're throwing fucking pillows.
Well, dude, you see it in boxing matches, right? It's like guys who start to gas out, even the heavy hitters, like the one punch knockout night guys, once they gas out, you could take a punch.
Yeah.
You could take a punch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different game, man. I mean, that's what makes martial arts so fucking interesting.
Okay.